So again, I'm in the room. This man appears. I'm in the room that's all white, and I'm on the floor. I'm crying. I'm hysterical, and I don't even know. Like, to this day, I don't remember his face. Maybe I saw it. I just don't remember. I don't even know who he represents. I just know I was in a room that was all white, top to bottom. He came up to me, and I felt his hand was huge. I felt his hand, and it was like this. And he was literally bringing me up by my neck, like to get up off my knees. And I could feel him just like this, grabbing me as if it were a real person. Like, it felt real. It felt the pressure. It was terrifying. I was scared. It really felt like a person was doing this, like the pressure. I was sitting up in bed. My eyes were open. I was shaking, terrified. And I just remember my face still doing this. And it really still felt that. I felt a lingering presence even after I was fully awake. Again, that happened. He pushed me up. I remember sitting up, or maybe, no, I sat up, and my eyes opening because I wanted it to be over. And I still felt it while my eyes were open, and it was as if like somebody was doing this. You know how you feel like when you're in a room with somebody, you kind of feel the presence of somebody there, even if they're just breathing. I remember even after that, I constantly felt a lingering presence for days, even to the point where I slept upstairs on the couch because I was really scared. I never did that ever again, by the way. To this day, subconsciously, if I fall asleep and I wake up, I don't care if it's like 2 in the morning, I'm going to stay awake because I'm so afraid of that happening again. Honestly, I think it'd be fine now that I've gone through all this therapy. But to touch base on what each of those rooms ended up, as I'm 2 years later, or sorry, it's almost close to 3 years now, after this happened, I have gone through some pretty extensive therapy, healing, shadow work, spiritual, mental, psychological, you name it. I'm currently still going through it. I still got a long ways to go. Each and every one of those rooms foreshadowed the healing period I was about to step into. Each and every one of those rooms uncovered something so subconscious, so deep that was in there that I could not see, that it played a role in my day-to-day, well, back then, life, and how it affected me in choosing partners, and the trauma, and how I subconsciously manifested these men to, the whole same skin, different, or same person, different skin. It was showing me the different parts that were calling this in, and it also showed me where I need healing the most. The first one is very obvious subconsciously. I think it is. It touched base on the physical trauma that had manifested and was like already poking through. So I was able to start off in that room and get the anxiety under control with, and get a tool in there to help me process these memories and these emotions. The second room represented emotional unavailable men that I was attracting, but also while mirroring that I was emotionally unavailable as well. That room, everything that was in that room had a representation. The material part in which I saw represented me thinking I couldn't live without a man, or providing, having a man provide, which was oddly enough because, when he wasn't providing, I was actually doing it. I was the one who made ends meet. I was the one, I didn't see it in my mind. Well, even if, he wasn't pulling his weight, like, I still wouldn't be able to. So that's what that representative, and that was real quick dealt with. Other things that were uncovered that were so subconscious was the generational cycle of women in my family that were conditioned to choose out or seek partners who were abusive, who were drug addicts, who were, whatever. They were mentally abusive, physically abusive. That is conditioned. because none of us in our family have ever known or seen a healthy man, we don't have a healthy base or a role model to look up to. All men are like this. You just pick it and deal with it. Unconditional love meant transactional and conditions. And men were put above the well-being of themselves as well as the children. And if anybody challenged that, it would actually be the women who would put you in your place and enforce punishment if you went against the men. So even if the man was abusive toward you, they would stand up, oh, he had a bad childhood, oh this, oh that, or this is just how things go, this is how it is. Like, that popped up there as well, especially with the stoic. Now, the third room was, probably won't be touching base on that. That was more personal, a little bit more deeper, more taboo topic in that. However, that situationship really reflected in that room how much I compromised myself and how much I wanted to punish myself, and the parts I gave just so I could be chosen. It was the cycle in which those before me were there, and I was in that cycle doing it. So that one was a rough one. That one hurt. I almost lost a lot because of that, and it was there I was able to lock it and keep it locked and never open it again. I threw away that key shortly after that. I ended it. I was able to reflect, and I never did open that door again. So that was a good part of it. So yeah, each and every one of those rooms foreshadowed a 2.5 year, almost 3 year long period of my healing process. So maybe I should try it again and see what's next. I still got a lot of stuff I'm tackling and unconditioning, but I'm curious to this day to see that last man and who he represents. I still don't know. So I don't know overall. I'm not really good at deciphering just yet. I just started this. But I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out. Anyways. But yeah. If you have any questions, let me know. There was other stuff that I've done where I tapped into something and I was like, whoa, too scared. But definitely be aware that if there is, I think doing this, it really taps into the subconscious parts that are running your life, and that are the most scariest to look at, because those were 3 things I was terrified to really strip down and look at face to face, but living and skimming on that surface, you know. So proceed with caution. All right, well, I gotta get going. I got errands to run. Mwah. Love you.